And we are back in the barn. First session back from the Arnold. We're doing deadlifts. Gonna run a nice 3-week prep, and then I'll be ready for some major deadlifts. Throw in some rack pulls in there, and then gonna work some items in terms of like a Zercher squat for that shield carry, and then heading over to a local gym and do some leg pressing. So it's gonna be a good day. I'm not sure if I'll get the leg pressing on camera, but I can try. We'll see. I really don't bring my camera in there. But let's get jacked. I'm pumped from the Arnold. The Arnold Classic and all those great performances on the pro stage and the pro am and the animal cage. It's got me pumped up. Hey guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, so you know when all the cool videos are coming out. So first vlog back from the Arnold. A lot of it is just starting ramping up. This was the first workout, getting back to deadlifts, getting my legs from under me. I was still pretty fatigued, but wanted to get some good work in. So keeping it pretty light and just really focusing on speed work and getting back into the suit.
I used to stagger my grip ever so slightly. So one hand would be an inch further back, the other hand an inch forward. I've only done it once and it worked for me. Right. However, you know, you get it slightly wrong. You saw there maybe he was a little bit too far forward. So think back very quickly.
Way too far forward. It loads your hand, which is a weaker part of your hand.
Opens up the little finger.
So they open and then
And then I mentioned a little bit about the Zercher, so I wanted to practice a little bit of that kind of the pickup, and then get into kind of a little more of this kind of stationary walk. Front carries, I think historically, something like this for max distance hasn't been my favorite, but I've been putting the extra work in, and I really want to really kind of show out on this, so almost doubling up on this implement throughout the training, in order to have a really good showing. And right now it's listed as our second event, so getting ready for it. So getting into my press day, ramping up on the medley. So we got 4 items in terms of the medleys. We got a dumbbell, a safe press, an axle, a log. So axle, I think, is kind of the biggest one where I need a little, probably the most work on. So really working on that bar path. So I start with some barbell work, and then I get into more of the actual training on the axle. Of course, the mixed grip is a little scary, I would say, coming from the bicep exercise, or bicep tear, I should say. But overall, so far so good in terms of the training. And if you guys haven't already, check out the podcast. I was on their podcast in terms of Massonomics, talked to Tommy and Tanner. Great conversation. Those guys are fun guys. Of course, huge strongman enthusiasts, a little more powerlifting base for them, but really understand our world, and hopefully get to see them at World's Strongest Man. To check that out, head over to the Massonomics page, YouTube page, and also is going to be on the other Spotify and Apple Podcasts soon. And then after axle, going over to my trustees thrusters off the blocks. Gonna be very similar to that of a safe press, except it's gonna be safe press is gonna be a thicker handle versus the barbell, but still it's gonna be good worked up to 295 for a top set. And then on log, since it was my first pressing week back, especially coming back from the cage, I already have that, of course, incredible Viper strict press and kind of strength, so kept it easy, just 245, and focused on some just solid work and movements. Now getting into, this is the following week, and in between these sessions, I followed up this, of course, after the last pressing session, I headed up to Eric's. I did some stones, I did some dumbbell work, I did some kind of speed work as well in terms of working on the prowler. I headed on that following Monday, I headed over to my buddy Mike O'Connor's, and we did some chain drag movements and also some long distance Husafel carry, kind of moderish weight, but not the drag. The chain's about 600 pounds, only probably 150 pounds off of what we're doing in competition, and we're doing it up a hill. So maybe I'll try to record that next time. But that was quite challenging. So this was 2 days later after that. So I think my legs were a little fatigued from that workout, but still had some pretty good speed, and was able to get most of my reps done from this workout. So the deadlift, this workout, 625 for a few sets, and then worked up to a top set of 675, and then back down, then took that 675 and put it on blocks and did a bunch of sets. We love volume. So running into the next workout, which is the press workout. So this is from last Thursday, and running into 3 out of the 4 implements, and working about 300 pounds per implement, which is close to like 90% of the contest weight. So feeling pretty good. Hit a couple doubles on each. Fell a few good runs. Have a pretty good feel for it. So I was pretty excited about the result. Right now, keeping it easy on axle, but I think maybe with the next session I'll start working towards a little more speed. But just wanted to work on good solid progressions. That might be kind of a fixed axle come game day. So you don't want to go too crazy, or else you're gonna miss that final catch on the clean. And then just finished off, since the log's gonna be the last part of the medley. Really wanted just to pound that out, especially a little bit of conditioning. So just working on some of the strict presses, but overall feeling pretty good. And then my last workout in the barn that day was going to be floor press. You know how I like to say floor press. I think I did like 8 and 10 reps around like 345. Of course, I did this log empty. My log empty is about 290, 292, depending on how much moisture it holds. But hasn't really lost that much weight since I first bought it, which is surprising because I expected it to lose like 10 or 20 pounds, but it's roughly stayed pretty much the same weight minus like a pound or 2. But yeah. So after these workouts, the following Saturday I headed over to Eric Dawson's, where I did some more medley work. I did dumbbell into yoke press. You can find all my training that's not either on Instagram or these YouTubes. You can find it on YouTube Shorts. I posted some of the training there. I've been trying to do a better job of posting most of the training, but so far, of course, I'm hitting all the planned work. So right now it's Tuesday, the 18th, and I'm headed into my final pretty much week of preparation. So this will probably be the next video. I'll try to capture all of it, so you guys can kind of see the road to Europe's Strongest Man. And then maybe I'll do a prediction video. I'm not sure. When I started doing predictions, I started getting a little crazy and a little nervous, and I don't want to get too riled up, especially if I'm still 2.5 weeks away from the contest. So I want to be nice, calm, collected, and smooth. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for always tuning in. Consider being a member, supporting the YouTube channel, and getting access to some of my cool coaching content. Don't forget to subscribe if you made it all this way far, and always drop a like, comment what you think, what you guys like to see. And until next time, everybody, stay strong.